I'm sat in this little outhouse here, so I've got shade. It's quite bright actually, and it's quite warm today. So I'm down on my piece of land, and I want to show you what I'm doing. I was going to do some gardening, but actually I couldn't resist painting. So I'll just turn the camera around and show you what I'm doing. So that's a little piece of land opposite where I'm sat, and I just thought it'd be really nice just to put that down. So I've started with pencil, but what I'm going to do is, wait a minute, I'm going to prop this up, prop it up a bit better than I've got it. Trouble is I haven't got I always forget to get my little tripod out, which is nuts really, because I need it to be able to concentrate on what I'm doing. Anyway, just going to boldly go in like this, just basically put in some colours that I can see. Not thinking about getting it right at this stage. In fact, getting it right at any stage, because this is in my sketchbook, and as you know from my sketchbook videos, these are just ideas, so they don't have to be accurate in any way. As you can see down there, let me see if I can bring it up. So there's a pond down the bottom there. Unfortunately, that pond started to leak, so we need to sort that out and bank it up again so the water doesn't all rush out. Anyway, I'm not going to be bothered with the farm stuff at the back there. What I'm going to just do is do the skyline, which is about here, and then from there I'm just literally going to put in some basic colours that I can see. We all see colours in a different way, so it doesn't matter if it's not quite right, or you think, oh, that's not that colour. It doesn't really matter. This is just basically, as I say, quick sketch. I did sketch in just these that I can see here, overhanging branches there, but I'm not really going to do any great detail. There's some bamboo actually, which I quite like. I might go in later with some pencils and just bring out some of the detail, but I'm not that bothered about the detail on this. And let's go back in a little bit better. I can just barely see what I'm doing. That's better. Zoom back in, zoom out. So there's lots of, this is from last year's growth down there. There's lots of twiggy bits here, which I thought would be rather nice when I actually come to put some pencil in or some crayons in the front here. So I like that sort of sticking out bits here and there. I like that. The twiggy bits sticking up. The birds actually love what's down there. It's still a little bit of seed in it, I think, because the birds actually still go to it. And you've got this dark green here. Let's put some of that in. I just couldn't resist painting this morning. I did come up to do some work on the actual land, and all I've done is I've just planted 2 little nasturtiums that I grew from seed. Nasturtiums make wonderful flavours in a salad. You can eat the leaves and the flowers, which I do. So I've been growing these beautiful nasturtiums from seed. They're 2 different ones that I normally grow. One's called Peach Melba, I think, and the other's called cherry rose or something like that. So I thought, gosh, the colours on those flowers are going to be terrific. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with those. I've planted one over there in that pot where that little bay tree is there, and the others down round the corner where I'm developing my little veg patch. Anyway, let's get back to this. So up here on this little bit of land that we've got, it's ideal because I can do lots of sketching from life or from the land. There's lots to do here, even just studying the weeds down there. Over there, there's a clump of daisies that's going to burst into flower, so they'll be nice. I'm developing a little rose garden around the edge here. And then further down, I'm just going to leave to nature. That's going to be wild. We've got 7 acres down there actually. But that's all left to the wildlife because we really just don't want to touch that. That's what it is. A lot of my family and friends think we're crazy because it looks unkempt and wild, but that's why we bought this bit of land, because we love it. So I'm going to splodge some colours in. As you can see down there, right down the bottom, there's lots of bushes with lots of new growth coming. I'm going to do that farm over there one day, but at the moment I'm just concentrating on this little splodginess. Just a few little bits up here. I haven't got any tissue to dry my brush with, so I'm just going to go into it like this. All that new growth. There's actually 3 different trees around there. There's bamboo growing. There's a willow tree with that lovely yellowness coming out. I'm not going to put detail in. And there's a silver birch as well. So there's all sorts going on around that corner. So that's where the pond bit is there. Down the bottom here, just heard my little pet pheasant. He's down the bottom there, croaking away. He doesn't come up too close to us. He's been on this land for about 6 years since we've had it. He just keeps his distance, but he makes himself known. Just does this odd little croak now and then. When I'm further down, I shout to him, hoping that one day he'll come up. Maybe we can even give him some food, I don't know, if he would do that, because he's quite wild. He's one that got away from the shoot, and hopefully he'll stay on the land. There, I'm just putting that little fence bit in, because there's a fence down there. It's quite broken, but we don't mind, because we don't really need the fence. I think the previous owner had some dogs here. I think she was a dog breeder. That's why it's all fenced off, but I'm going to take it down at some point when I get a chance. It's another job to do. It's my lifetime project. Be here forever doing it. But I love it. I love just coming up, sitting down, listening to the birds, and when I've done my work, getting my little sketchbook out and trying to do something. I'm just going to put some here. I'm just going to put some. Well, I've actually indicated the branches, so that's fine. I don't have to do too much there. I can do the rest with some crayon, which I'm hoping to go in with. So that's it for just now. I'll let that dry and hope you come back and see later on. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.